All right, so we're going to get started. Thanks everyone for joining. The first item on my agenda that I have is about the joint proposal with the QI and Safety Committee. Ramin and I are doing this. Annie also expressed interest in it, and I think Hannah as well. The deadline's coming up. I can't believe it's like literally next week, isn't it, guys?
Week
So
and a
Ramin,
half,
I
week and a
did,
half,
huh?
week
Week
and
and
a
a half.
half.
Week and a half. I'm just gonna write off the next couple of days though. Literally, I don't know. Anyways, I did put together something, Ramin, and I will send it out to you tomorrow evening for you to look at it and see what you think. And then we do have Derek from the Quality and Safety, as well as Raquel seems to be interested too. So we'll circle it around to all of them. And and oh, hi everyone! Wow, a bunch of people joining. We already went ahead and started the recording, so just to let you know, we did start the recording. Tomorrow afternoon, I will get a chance to go back to this joint proposal write-up that I started, and I'll send it around to Ramin. Um, and for it, I will include like my details, but then Ramin, when I send it to you, if you'll just add in your details for your project, and then we'll send it to Derek from Quality and Safety and Raquel and see what parts they can add on to flesh out their aspect. Basically, guys, it's a joint proposal. This was Mehul's idea after our last workshop as sort of a next step strategy and also a way to maybe get more visibility and kind of get into the main programming for, not main, but to like a bigger exposure in APSA. And the idea was to take one of our sustainability projects and present it, but then also ask the Quality and Safety Committee to kind of give us um, a sort of research or quality improvement approach to like maybe one of our projects. So that is that. And then the next item is about advocacy within APSA, kind of where I think most of our meeting will be today. The first item was about site selection, which is pretty exciting. I think that was last week, right? Last week there was a board meeting. Colleen and I were invited to join, and we were able to discuss with them our rubric with their new group of sites. Things are constantly moving for that, it seems like, but we did discuss with them the sustainability aspect to the locations that they were looking at. I think there were three, were they two or three in DC and um,
Two.
Nashville, right?
Nashville and Washington, D.C. There are
Yeah,
four hotels in, was it four hotels in Washington, D.C.?
three in DC,
Three.
one in Nashville.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And
Or I
just
guess there was four, that one at National Harbor. There was four in DC.
yeah. Just the feedback to the group, it did seem like the board was interested in the sustainability aspect, and as part of the discussion, it did seem like it was discussed. But there are a lot of factors. There are a lot of factors involved in their selection. So I'm hoping that as the next year site selection, will be able to continue to contribute to this site selection. Okay, and then I haven't heard anything back about the abstract, but I guess they haven't gotten back to us about abstracts yet.
They still are, or they meet on Monday.
Bless you. Okay, great. So, and then Colleen and I were planning to write this up to submit as a manuscript, which I really need to get on it. Colleen, sorry.
What's that?
I was like, I really need to get on it.
Yeah, it's a 2026 project.
Oh, okay. I will try to put some work into it in December, but I think for me, November is written off, except for this one more thing I'm going to put in for this joint proposal. And then I'm going to say November is closed for me. I don't have anything new for the carbon offset credits. That hasn't haven't pushed that anywhere. And hi, Grace. And then, okay, changes at future APSA sites. Excited to have Jen here with us. You guys you probably know Jen from running all of our APSA related stuff. Thank you so much, Jen, for doing that.
Sure.
And she's here to meet with us and with our group to talk about some ideas that we have for changes at a future APSA site meeting. So Sarah King sent an email. Let me see if I can pull it up.
And I am on the call. I just am kind of running around, but I
Oh,
am
you
listening in
are.
and can help answer some questions if needed.
Okay. Awesome, Sarah. I didn't see you pop up. Okay. Great. So then, Sarah, do you want me to then talk about the attachment or do you want to go?
You go ahead if you're comfortable, and I can fill in if there's questions that pop up just because, again, I'm kind of like multitasking.
Okay. All right. So let me just share screen because we've got Jen here and she can give us feedback about what she thinks about our ideas. I get all this out of the way. All right, so Sarah said that the top was just some general background about um, the hotel that they are certified and that their footprint is that this is their carbon emission estimate and their water use. They have some initiatives that would be easy for our group to participate in. A choice to forego full housekeeping services if we're staying 2 nights or more. That will save on water usage. Orca machine. Composting. Interesting. And then what is there instructional signage? Yeah, that would be really interesting. I've never heard of this Orca machine. Do you know anything more about that, Sarah?
I just pulled that from the flyer, and
Hmm.
I think it's their system for composting. The exact details of how it functions, I'm not sure, but basically it's highlighting that they do compost.
Hmm.
And my question is sort of like, is that something that they have compost bins like all over the place? Is there signage to indicate, what can be composted and what can't? Uh, but they do actively compost within their facility.
That's really cool. I see you also have instructional signage for recycling containers. This is something I kind of like, yeah, I kind of get what you're writing, what you're talking about. Um, Jen, is this something that you think our committee could help with if the hotel doesn't have a lot of instructional signage and this is something that we want to take advantage of about? Do you think that's
Yeah.
something we could do?
Yeah. And I can, these are things too that I'll remember going forward when we do a site visit that I can note. So, because we were just there
Oh,
in September, but
mhm.
I was looking at size of meeting space, not this
Right.
stuff. So this is a good checklist for me and the meeting department at Veritas also to look at when we're visiting a hotel. So I will follow up with the hotel and ask them about, is there signage? How does the composting work? Is it like people are doing it or they have like just a general composting bin, behind the scenes somewhere?
Hmm.
Um, and if we do feel, maybe I'll ask them to take a picture of what their recycling containers look like.
Hmm.
And if we feel we need more um, deeper instruction or further instruction, we can get a sign together for that.
Yeah. And maybe just, you know how between sessions there's this rolling page that kind of goes. Maybe there
Hmm.
could be just one that's like on sustainability and it could have just some instructions on, amenities that you'll find in your hotel. This is how, you're supposed to use these Orca machines or
Okay.
composting or something like that. I'm just throwing out ideas. That might be like something that we could do that would, um, because I feel like that's something apps always does. It maybe just like rolls into it a little more easily, and we don't have to
Yeah.
carry paper and like post it somewhere. That seems kind of awkward and
Counter.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All hotel to-go containers are recyclable and compostable. They have recyclable straws. Unused amenities from guest rooms are donated locally to the community. Where? Okay. And then water refill stations are in the meeting spaces. So then Sarah's also asking if there's a glass cup option. But knowing this is also really good because then we can promote bring your own water bottle like we did
Hmm.
with the Montreal meeting. since we know that there's water refill machines that people can just bring their own water bottles. So could request a green meeting set up to ensure that these above are available.
That was
Is that
something
good?
I saw on some, I forget where it was that I saw it, but it just, while all of their green things are available and some of them are ongoing, no matter what's going on in the hotel,
Hmm.
I did read somewhere to just like specifically request green meetings so that they know to
Oh,
like prioritize that in their set.
oh, this is not a default setting for them.
Apparently not. I mean, and that might, maybe it is, and that was like misinformation. I kind of found that because I was doing some Googling on like how to make your conference green and like specifically at Sheraton Grands and that kind of thing. So it may have popped up on like a, Reddit board or something, not legit, but just um, doesn't hurt to just confirm with them that this is what we are looking for.
Okay. Jen, is that something that you guys could do?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. And then, okay, other ideas. Now we're going a little out of out there a little bit more. So lanyard disposal or reuse boxes for the end of the meeting. What do you think about that? Oops, where are you?
So I love that idea. The only issue with that is if they are branded for that meeting by a
Yeah.
sponsor.
Yeah.
Um, like 2 years ago, I have all mine hanging up here. 2 years ago, we had a generic APSA logo, the absolute APSA lanyard that would have worked. And then the other ones have been sponsored. So if it's not sponsored, yes. But if someone pays to have their name and logo on the lanyard, we
Mhm.
wouldn't reuse that the
Right.
following year because someone else might buy it or, type situation.
Yeah. And has there been anybody who sponsors, and when do you guys usually figure out if someone's going to sponsor that?
Um, all the sponsor information is out.
Yeah.
I would have to check with our industry person to see if anyone's picked up the lanyards yet. Um, that one usually closes pretty early just because of printing and ordering those.
Hmm.
But people probably still have till February to decide to do that. So
Yeah.
I'll keep you posted.
And
Raman's
that
got a
could
good point.
also,
Oh,
oh,
sorry,
sorry,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead. Whoever's talking.
Sorry, Sarah. I was just gonna say, some of the sort of other idea things also, if this year is too late because we already have a sponsor or whatever, then maybe like for the next year, it could be I saw there was a comment, I forget who said it, but like bring your own initiative for lanyards, and or ABSA maybe could invest in having just ABSA branded, and then moving forward in the years after that, they can be reused,
Yeah.
and then we can use that sponsorship elsewhere within the meeting.
Okay.
For the industry sponsored lanyards, does it say APSA on it? Because if it didn't say APSA on it, the industries may, or the companies sponsoring the lanyard may be willing to buy back their, or take back their lanyards to use at a different event.
Yeah, they have both the industry logo and the APSA logo.
Okay.
I'm like, I gotta wash my neck a little extra then for that. I really like Raman's idea about having people bring their own.
hmm
Yes.
Well, especially if we're not going to lose any money because nobody's sponsoring us for that.
Yeah. I have three I could choose from right here. So
Yeah, I've got good Disney ones that I could bring, and it could be fun and cute. Um,
Are we
the-
doing the name tags still going in a plastic holder? I can't remember.
they have, but there's talk about printing the name badges differently this year, so I don't know if that would continue or not.
Okay, because we could, if it's going to continue, we could at least collect the plastic, but I would advocate for moving to something where we're not even needing the plastic holder.
like
Okay.
what? How do people do it if you don't use a plastic holder?
Other meetings, it's just printed on like a more durable, like kind of cardboard. I think, if I remember correctly, maybe the ACS did that the last time I was there.
Mhm.
But I've been at meetings where it's just like a little bit of a heavier cardstock, and it's like got holes punched in it, so you can clip the lanyard to it without having to slide it into the plastic.
So all you need is
And
like a key ring or something like this, like a clip, and there's a hole, and you just snap it in.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean it's like I think the ones I've been at, there's a lanyard that you get, right? And it has like a clip on it, but there's a hole punched out in the name tag, and the name tag is a stocky enough, cardboard or stationery that it's printed on, so that, it's probably not going to last like a long time, but it makes it through the 3 days of the meeting.
That's all it needs.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
nobody's doing Greco-Roman wrestling with these things.
I
We
don't
should
know,
really
Ramen. It
get
looks
away
like
from
you
this.
might be up for it in the background there.
I totally agree. Like cardstock, bring your own lanyard. These are the little things that lead the change.
I love that. Okay, can I add that? Bring your own lanyard. And that could be part of the 2 minute turnover. I mean, I definitely read those. I feel like that's a widely read publication
Mhm.
um, for APSA 2026. And then non-plastic name tags. The only thing with bring your own lanyard is that the connection of the lanyard to the um, to the name tag, like that could be a number of different connections. But I
Mhm.
think most of them are probably either like a claw, like an alligator claw, or like a jump ring, or a or like a like a oh, I don't know what do you call that? But like a one that
Like an yeah,
like when you
like
close your necklace,
yeah,
lobster claw. God.
yeah.
And so for pretty much all of those, as long as you have a hole somewhere in the center of the tag, you can get the jump ring on, you get the lobster claw on, and if you had the alligator claw type or like the clip type, then you'll just clip it to the top. So that should all work to for everyone's lanyards, right?
Anybody who doesn't have a clip can just pull down off a Bovie tomorrow or off a Nears monitor because they all come with them and they're useless and unnecessary.
Yeah. Okay. I that's great. Okay. Digital signage materials. What was that? Oh, digital signage at the meeting. Is that right, Sarah?
Yes. Whether that's, for getting around the meeting or also like the schedule and pamphlets and things, as much as we can digitize, the better, and or reuse. I think about, like APSA this way, but usually it always says like 2026, this location, if that could be digitized. Again, I don't know if we have the means for that, but uh,
Mhm.
a thought.
This property, when I was there, they do have a lot of digital signage options, some of which is included in the meeting, especially the ones like right outside the meeting room door. We can use those. There's, they can nickel and dime all day on, hey, you want your logo here? Give us more money. Sure. Um, but I think APSA as a whole has really tried to not print too much in the past. Like we have a handful of the schedule at a glance papers at the reg desk, but everything's pretty much in the app. So we've really cut down on the number of those we print. Um, I'm trying to think what else we have printed at the reg desk. It's pretty much just name tags, the tickets for the banquets, and a handful of the schedule at a glance. Everything else is in the app or emailed or available elsewhere. And we do have some like big signs we do, like the foundation donors, and that changes year to year. We also, because we're part of an association management, like APSA itself doesn't have a physical office to store things from year to year.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that becomes an obstacle too.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But we definitely try to do as much digital as possible because there's always changes on site and it's just easier to update a PowerPoint slide or let the hotel know a room change than printing new signs and making sure they get to where they need to go. Like that's definitely gone to the wayside.
Right. I agree with that, especially the app. We could try to
Hmm.
push the app too from our point of view as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Single use event policy. like zero single use cutlery, like or
Like anything, like the badges, anything.
oh,
Yeah,
anything.
it was sort of in anything, and this might also bleed into one of the next points of having some sort of like reward system for being green and eco-friendly and conscious. Is, if you bring your water bottle, that would be like a point for being
Hmm.
zero single use or whatever. Um, Again, just kind of incentivizing that mentality for everyone.
The program committee would always do that scavenger hunt,
Mhm.
which I don't believe they did this past year, but you
Yeah, I
could
don't
do
know.
like a sustainability scavenger hunt, putting my recycling in the right bin selfie, here's my own water bottle, here's my do not disturb on my door so I'm not getting housekeeping, things like that.
I love that.
What do people get when they do the scavenger hunt?
It's usually an NAT for the year.
Oh man, I would do that.
And if you've
That's
already
like a
paid, you just get the
$400
following
value.
year. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a yeah, I would do that. What else could they do? My water
Um,
bottle.
Walking, like have their sneakers on, walking somewhere outside the hotel, not in an Uber.
On the
Um,
subway coming from
yeah,
the port.
yeah.
That'll weed out a lot of people.
Subway selfie. Um, what was the thing that you said about show me your lanyard.
Yeah, the lanyard one, since it's already advertised for this year as being available, so we'll just have to see how that goes. I'll let you know if anyone takes us up on that.
What was the plan for this year's lanyards?
There's not one yet, but it is advertised as a sponsored thing if someone were to purchase it.
Hmm. Okay. And you're still waiting for someone to take it.
Right.
Okay.
And if that gets purchased, we presumably can't say the
Right.
organization's not going to turn around and say, hey, bring your own, right?
Right. Yeah.
They've already sold that as a thing. So we'd have to look toward 2027 if it gets bought.
Ramen?
Just to ask brass tacks, Jenny, can you tell us what like what's the cost of that advertising spot on the menu? Is that a huge thing that
Mm,
supports the conference, or would it be a reasonable request to say, hey, could we consider taking it off the menu?
it is $15,000. So that's a pretty
Um,
big chunk.
That is a pretty big chunk.
but if no one, what would be the last moment if no one did buy it, that we could maybe advertise, like bring your own lanyard? Would it be right up to the day?
So, I don't know. I'd have to ask marketing what their deadline is for ordering the lanyards, and we'd have to work from there. That's definitely going to be at least a month before the meeting. Um, that they would need to be ordered if someone was paying to get them done. So I think a month before the meeting is plenty of notice to have people bring their own.
Okay.
Yeah. We would be putting together the 2 minute um turnover thing.
Yeah. And then as
Yeah.
we get closer to the meeting, we actually do two a week. We do like a Wednesday one, and then Friday is all meeting related stuff. So
Okay.
you have multiple opportunities.
Okay. So the sustainability passport, sustainability scavenger hunt, I'm thinking that's like the same idea, but I think it's a great idea. That would be, um, I think that'd be a really good one if that's something the program committee wants to do. They normally do a scavenger hunt just of, or what was the other scavenger hunt they did?
So the one there was not one in 25. And the previous years, and this will only be my fourth APSA conference, so that's all the history I have. But I don't know if it was the switch from when it was hybrid to get the virtual attendees involved too, and the people attending in person. Like it was a list of things like take a selfie with the president, take a selfie with a board member, take a screenshot of you watching one of the sessions,
How
visit the
did they
exhibit hall.
did they did they like submit it on the app, or how do they turn in the
It
selfies?
was, I think it was posted on Twitter and there was a hashtag.
Oh,
So then we could filter that hashtag.
yeah. That's like rolling two goals into one.
Hmm.
That's a good one. Okay.
So we'd have to add in some like sustainability at your house things, right? Like that
Hmm.
you're putting out your recycling bin or
Right.
whatever the case may be, but be easy enough to come up with some stuff.
Yeah. Turning off your lights when you're leaving your room.
Yeah. Okay. Um, okay. And then sustainable swag. Moving on to the next one. Sustainable swag, a reusable water bottle, digital gift coupons, donations on behalf of attendees to local environmental charities. Those are really good ideas.
Hmm.
Um, how does a digital gift coupon work for swag? Everybody who attends gets an email. Is that is that how a digital gift coupon would work?
I don't know.
Is Sarah not on anymore?
I think she
Oh,
just dropped in the chat that she had to go see a consult.
Okay. All right. Okay. I've seen the reusable water bottles. I'll be honest, I probably won't pick one up because I have too many water bottles.
right.
Um, I like the idea, but I don't think I need any more. Or bags for grocery shopping or whatever. I just have too many of those things, so
Hmm.
I would skip it. That's why for me, I'm like, oh, digital gift coupon.
Yeah.
Tell me more
Well,
about
and the donation to local charity, like the one question she had for the Sheridan was like, where do you donate the toiletries that aren't used?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, we could put a box at Reg Desk that people could drop them in,
Mm,
and APSA could donate them somewhere. I always take them with me and donate them at home, but
yeah.
um,
So APSA could collect. Okay. It's like more stuff for you guys to do if we did that, though. It would just be one thing, it'd just be good to know where they donate locally.
right,
I,
yeah,
but going back to the sustainable swag, does this mean that like you can have the option of saying, click this box to, decline your swag for APSA 2027 and instead we'll donate the cost of your swag to a local charity? I wonder if that's what she means.
possibly, yeah. We don't really give out anything. Um, like there's not like a welcome gift or anything. For like 2 years we did those like snack bags, but we
Mhm.
didn't do those last year. So I'm not sure um if that would work or not.
Yeah. And the problem with that is that like you already pre-purchased them and then you have them, and if nobody takes them, then it's not like you could like refund it,
Right, yeah.
give it back. So that's why it's kind of hard to
Yeah.
do that. Hmm. I feel like might be able to do something with the digital coupon though. Like you could be like, there's a digital coupon. If you decline the digital coupon, then like the funds for that could go to,
Yeah.
like a charity. But that's if we give swag. If we were saying we're not even going to have any.
Right. Yeah, we don't really.
Okay. Exhibitor sustainability standards. Hmm.
Well, we can just share with the exhibitors, that we're trying to have um doing our best to have a sustainable meeting. So consider that when you're bringing your swag and your printed materials and
Mhm.
maybe have a QR code at your booth people scan instead of handing everybody a packet of papers.
Yeah,
So if that's something you guys wanted to work on, we could definitely share with our exhibitors.
I think so. Okay. That's great. Okay, and then transportation ideas, Go Airport Express Sheraton Grand Shuttle. Oh, there is a shuttle. It's about $22. That's going to be good to let them know. Um, ORD to hotel via the CTA Blue Line is approximately 50 minutes. MDW, do you guys know what these are off the
It's
top?
O'Hare and Midway are the two
Got it.
new
Okay.
two airports.
Via the blue line and the red and the orange line. I got it. It's about 45 minutes. And then the hotels on the River Rock and curate a list of activities and restaurants within walking distance. Yeah, we did that last year, and I think we should definitely do that again. I think that would be nice.
Um, if I could share for a second, I'll
Yeah, of
show
course.
you
Let me
what
stop
we've
share.
started to work on.
Ooh, you guys did something too.
Yeah,
Oh,
so one of
right, that
our
website that you showed.
well,
The
one of our Veritas employees used to work for Choose Chicago, which is their visitor bureau. So she knew that they do these websites that they customize for events. So we've started working on the APSA one. Um, so this will go on the APSA website when we're ready. Um, we did highlight right at the top the
nice.
closest stations for the subway system, and which lines go to which airport.
Can we add on there the
And
shuttle information that it's 20?
mhm, yep, let me write that down. I'm guessing that's a shuttle, like an airport shuttle that will take you down versus because there's not, I asked at the hotel, there's not a Sheridan shuttle that like does rounds to the hotel like the ones that are right at the airport.
Let's see.
Um,
What
and then, so this is, some advertisement for the city that they put in there. Um, enjoy spring in Chicago, things to do downtown, top attractions. And then we do have a list also, which isn't on here yet. Let me find that. Because this is another meeting in a urban setting, we won't have lunch for everybody. We did make a list of restaurants,
yeah. Oops.
and I have to remember where I put it.
Sorry, Jen, were you sharing screen? I don't see it anymore.
I just unshared because
Oh, you did?
I
Okay.
have to switch
No problem.
which one. Oh, here it is.
And the Go Shuttle, it looks like it is a company that you can make a reservation on. It's not like it's
Oh,
private.
okay. Okay. So then we have this, um, which is a list of nearby lunch options to the hotel, the distance from the hotel, um, depending on what you're looking for,
Hmm.
and then a QR code that would take you to that Choose Chicago website that I had just shown you. So um, we're working on this stuff.
Looks fantastic.
I was actually going to ask about meals. So is that if the meeting's at a urban site, we're not providing meals? Is that because we didn't have them last year either, and I feel like that's the first
Well,
time the meeting
last
may
year
have
was
been
a
that.
whole different ball game
Oh, because there was
because
of the strike.
yes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes. We keep forgetting because like we had to do room setups and stuff a little differently last year. And we keep forgetting we did that because the hotel had zero staff. So we have staff again this year where it's like, oh, great. But yeah, so their lunches will be on your own, but it's an hour and a half lunch break, I believe, in the program. There will be the continental breakfast every morning. And then Benji Brooks, if you buy a Benji Brooks ticket, that lunch will be on site. And then there's the reception Wednesday night, dinner on your own Thursday night, banquet Friday night,
Okay.
and a handful of other receptions happen Wednesday and Thursday also. So, but lunch is definitely on your own every day.
No, I think that's great because I always felt like the box lunches are like always a huge source of waste, whether it's the plastic cutlery or the fact that it's too much food or like,
Yeah,
it just so if that's something that's eliminated, then that's great.
yeah. There was apparently a 10-year Marriott contract that had us at a lot of resort properties, and that ended with the Phoenix meeting. So these are individually negotiated going forward.
Mhm.
And so we've been obviously Montreal, Chicago, San Diego will be the same type of thing.
Mhm.
And then where we land for 2028. So
Yeah. All right. That looks great. Jen, you're amazing. Thank you so much for joining us
And
today.
actually, one more food question.
Oh,
So, it's the reception and the banquet. Like it was buffet style last year. I'm assuming it'll be the same thing this year, right? It's not
yeah,
going to be a sit down dinner.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I've worked on the banquet side of things in previous jobs. And they will donate as much as possible. But once that tray, any like if they brought out a brand new tray of meat and one piece was taken out of it, they can't donate it at that point. So anything that's fully not shared with the attendees can be donated. But
that makes sense. All right. Jen, thank you so much for joining us.
yeah, no problem. Let me know if you have any questions. I will um, try to get the answers to some of the questions we have already
Okay.
and let you know.
All right. I hope this was something that's interesting too for you. Hope we're
Yeah.
not just adding on work to you. And we're happy to help out wherever we can.
Okay.
So just let us know which parts we can do to help you. But like, somebody else said, we don't want to step on your toes. We don't want to get in the way of the program committee. So we want to be
Right.
helpful and still have the mission out there.
Yep. We got it.
All right. Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining.
You're
We'll
welcome.
move on to our next item,
Happy
which,
Thanksgiving, everybody.
yes, happy Thanksgiving to you too. Right. Um, let's see. Finding my notes. Where are my notes? Here we go. All right. So the next thing then would be Ramin actually the cleanup project. He was talking about it a little bit before. Oh no, maybe we should have kept Jen on, but let her go. Um, the cleanup project to do and feature at APSA.
Yeah, and that was, we talked about it in this week before, the idea of um, just volunteering like a park cleanup in the area. And I, I apologize, I don't remember. Someone in the group had emailed before and said, "Oh, I found these local organizations," which was wonderful because I had found some of the same folks. I'll put together a formal kind of proposal, the idea of a social community Saturday morning at work, like when the APSA fund run's been held some years. And as Ken was suggesting, we'll submit that to Dr. Tracy for consideration.
Yeah, I think it was Win. I think she sent it out
When,
because she's
okay.
at yeah, because I think she's at Lurie. Yeah.
The
Okay,
idea is just
so
that we all just go out, hang out socially for an hour and a half, walk around, pick up around a park, or just being friendly visitors to somebody else's.
I think what she was saying was there was one event that happens during the time of APSA in Chicago, right? And so we
Yeah,
could join that as like the APSA um, um, program and just have like a small group of us and plus whoever else is interested doesn't have to be just a
yeah,
subcommittee, but other people who are interested to go. I want to say it was
totally.
like cleaning up the river or something.
I hadn't looked into how near that was to the conference location, but I will do that. Those are fun things. Sometimes when people do those in Northwest Montana, they do every summer this thing called the Flathead um, Waters Cleanup, and you form teams. And from every whatever group forms a team, and you compete on who collects like the greatest tonnage or the most curious item. Somebody had dredged up a sunken snowmobile from the bottom of Flathead Lake. So even if we don't join up with a larger pre-planned event and we have our own thing. That could be its own kind of fun little. He's got the weirdest, most artistic, most massive piece of trash. So kind of
Could be another
fun to
scavenger hunt
play.
item.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Random piece of trash I picked up. Okay, great. I think that will be awesome, and I will join whatever you do. Okay. Then the next item is Colleen. She has an idea for a post-meeting survey. I really shouldn't have let Jen go. I'm so sorry, guys. I just got her. Okay. Well, go ahead, Colleen. What were you?
No,
Um,
I just Barry Rich is one of my colleagues here at Cohen's, and she just went to the SIOP meeting, and part of their post-meeting survey that they had to fill out to get CME, there were two questions about sustainability on it. One was, what did you learn at this conference about sustainability? And there were, click as many boxes. And then the second one was, what would you like to see at future meetings? So I would almost envision, I feel like there's a post-survey meeting that we do for APSA, right, Ken? Yeah, so we would basically be asking whoever puts that survey together, presumably the board, to let us put two sustainability questions in. And I would envision that, like the question, what did you learn, could reflect what we would be trying to push out within the, information leading up to the meeting. So things that would be in the 2-minute turnover about bring your own water bottle. These are the subway, routes or whatever. And so, we could ask questions that would reflect what we're trying to push out, which would one give us a sense of whether people are actually reading that and whether it's landing. And then the second question would be kind of open-ended, and then that helps us to know, like, all right, these are things that are important to the attendees of our meeting. How can we try and meet them where they are for future meetings going forward? So, if we can get the program committee, if that's who it is, Ken, then I think it would be worthwhile for us to do.
maybe a question that we could ask about future meetings is about carbon credits, whether or not
Hmm.
that would be something that somebody would be interested or would do.
I think that will unfortunately confuse some people. I think you're going to need a little bit more explanation than what is placed into the um, evaluation because it'll come out from nowhere.
The question about carbon credits.
Yeah,
Okay. Somebody dropped off.
Sarah.
Sure. Okay. But so the first question would be to look at what stuff we pushed out already and what people think is important. And the
Right.
second question would be looking at like future things.
Yeah, I think let me just look, I have it on my phone here. It was a picture that she took of her computer screen, but the first one was uh, where is it? It just was a list of different, what did you learn about sustainability at this meeting, essentially? And it was um, it was like no single plastic use, focus more on person well-being, healthy environment, choose more sustainable travel, use renewable energy, educate friends, decrease consumption of red meat, support green and eco-friendly initiatives, right? So I could easily see that like at least five of those are things that we just talked about trying to educate people on. And then the second question was, let us know what sustainability initiatives you would like to see at the next Congress. So this was for SIOP, right? So it would just be what would we like to see at our next meeting?
I feel like it'd be a shame if we didn't ask about the carbon credits. Some way we could set it up if the second question is about what would you like to see at future meetings.
It's going to be a balance, right? I mean, everyone's trying to fly through the evaluation as fast as humanly possible. And honestly, I think I would say 95%, that's maybe too much. I would say 80% of the people who are filling this out will not understand what a carbon credit is. You're not going to get information. You're not going to get usable information, is my guess. That's my guess. I may be totally wrong, but honestly, until you guys told me about carbon credits, I actually had no idea what carbon credits were. I'm just admitting it. I don't know. And I think a lot of people wouldn't. You may get no answer on that, is my
Everybody
guess.
checks it off. Just
Well, it depends on what the options are, I suppose.
yeah.
Well, the future, like what would you like to see at future meetings? I mean, I think to me, it looks like that was just an open-ended question on that survey, which
Yeah,
actually, to Ken's point about people flying through, it means that maybe 10 people will give us answers, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel
It
like
might
the
not be
open-ended
anything.
questions are least likely to get any kind of a response.
Yeah.
totally
I feel like
agree.
you should at least have a like a couple of check boxes and then have another one that's just blank. So if somebody wants to add a write-in, they can do that. But like nobody wants to think off the cuff, but they'll be okay going through a checklist and be like, yeah, I think that's good. No, 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 that. But yeah, we can. I think that's great. Honestly, I don't remember any post-meeting surveys. Do they come out, um, like
Um,
on an
they come
email?
out they come out pretty quickly after the meeting,
Yeah.
and I think there's something on a 2-minute turnover saying that, link to here to get your surveys. I'm trying to remember if your CME's tied to your survey. I can't remember. Some places tie
Yeah, that makes. Yeah,
your
I've
CME.
definitely seen that, but I don't know if
I
I
don't
can't
I
remember if
don't remember if APSA does that or not.
I
But
think that's what Barry had for PSYOP, but
yeah,
yeah, I don't remember if EPSA does it or not.
I think it is tied because I remember taking it, like you have to click whatever sessions you attend and then you answer the questions and then you get your CME for that.
yeah.
but that was during the meeting, wasn't it? Not at the end.
I think it was at the end.
At the yeah.
No.
I don't remember doing it during the meeting.
Hmm. Okay, because I do remember that picking the session, but I thought I was doing that like as the meeting was going on. But okay. Um, so then I guess we need to talk to Jen James about that. So we'll send an email to her and include her.
Or should we reach out to the head of the program committee?
I think I would start with Jen. She'll be able
Okay.
to tell us exactly who's responsible for the survey.
Okay.
Okay, and then the last item is about the survey on parental attitudes. Colleen, if you had any additional.
I have not, and actually, I'm glad that you're asking me because Ami sent me an email like 2 weeks ago, and it got buried in my inbox. So I need to get back in touch with her, and then we'll bring it back to the group.
Okay, perfect. All right, guys, that's it. Would anybody else have anything else to talk about or bring up? Chris?
Do you guys all fill out your Verify survey for APSA?
Oh my gosh, I just keep starting it and not finishing it.
The goal is to try to get 75% of APSA to fill it out. I think we're at around 25 or something like that.
It takes some time, but
Yeah.
like when I finished it and then could actually see the numbers, I was like, wow, this is really cool. So if
But
you
that's
haven't done
why,
it
yeah,
yet, you should do it.
I I really wanted to see, and I thought, because I just switched jobs, I feel like this is like really important stuff, but I keep on starting it and not making it all the way through the end because I keep like shifting to do something else. So
Are we anticipating that the aggregate data is going to be shared at APSA 26?
Say that again. It's going to be what?
Shared is the data going to be put out there for us to see?
oh, for verify?
Once you fill it out, you should be able to see the data. And so if you're asking whether it's going to be publicized, I don't think it's going to be publicized. But obviously the more information you get, the more refined the answers or the data ends up being.
Got it. So it's there once you complete it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you'll be
great.
able to see it. You'll see how little you're getting paid.
Yeah, I definitely need to get on that again. All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for being here. We'll go ahead and end the meeting.
Happy
Have a good
Thanksgiving.
Thank
night.
you.
Yes, happy
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving,
Bye.
everyone. Linda, thank you again for ever inviting me to be part of this group in the first place. I appreciate it.
Oh my goodness. You're amazing.
Okay.
See
Bye.
you guys.
Thanks.